Welcome in my online classroom. I am Mohammad Sohidujaman, Associate Professor and Chairman, Tourism and Hospitality Management, Mohammadpur Kendriya College, Dhaka. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Principal, Professor Sir Jafar Ali Sir, gives his permission and advices to conduct the online classes. Students, I hope you all are well. Because of the COVID-19 breakout in the pandemic situation of the world, we are bound to stay at home, we are staying at home, but we cannot sit idle. So I am here to take your online class. I hope you all will give attention on my class. Today I will take class on Strategic Management in the Department of BBA Professional, 3rd year, 7th semester, and also discuss about the chapter 1. Now the question is being discussed. Definition of strategic plan, elements of a strategic plan, strategic planning process, and the last question, differences between strategy and strategic plan. Definition of strategic plan. Strategy is a well-defined roadmap of an organization. It defines the overall mission, vision, target and goal of an organization. The objective of a strategy is to maximize an organization's strength and to minimize the strength of the competitors. Strategy is all about identification and description of the strategies that they are organization. An organization is said to have competitive advantage if it profitable in higher than the average profitability of all companies in its industry. There are industry different kinds of thinking and different kinds of decisions in the all times maintaining in short term, mid term and long term planning. In the short term is the very few times 1 day, 7 days or 30 days, and the mid term 1 year to 3 years, and the long term is the 3 years or 5 years, and the next 20 years or above. So strategy is a very important to the development of our organizational activities and organization goals and targeting your achievement and activities the all about the organization as like as Bangladesh or other countries. And what is the definition of strategic plan? Simply, strategic plan is a broadly defined plan aimed at creativity and desired future. In the broad sense, strategic plan is a process in which organizational leaders determine their vision for the future as well as identification their goals and objectives for the organization. Some definition about strategic plan from various scholars are mentioned below. According to Henry Misbah, strategic planning is an organization's process of defining its strategy or direction and making decisions on allocation its resources to pursue this strategy. According to Dennis and McDonald, define a strategic planning process delivers a set of defined initiatives that achieve a desired set of business goals. According to Robert W. Bedford, strategic planning is a methodical process for creating a map for the general path your company is follow with the intention to increase your organizational potential. According to Peter Duncan, strategic plan is a systematic process of a desired future and translating this vision and broadly defined goals or objectives and a sequence of steps to achieve them. From the above definition, it is clear to us that a strategic plan will generally include an executive summary which is usually written at the end of the process, a company description, our mission, vision and value statements, a strategic analysis that can be in the form of a SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. It's very important to the development of our organizational activities and organizational size. So the student business have much more skill and scope from the side. Strategy is a set of rules of decision making under conditions of partial ignorance. Strategic decisions concern the firm relationship with the ecosystem. According to it is a medium force between the organization and the environment, consistent patterns, instincts of organizational decision to deal with the environment. So, SWOT, S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunity, T for threat. S and W is a company internal and O and T is a external. We should always maintain it in this type of internal and external environment and creating the environment and dissolve the environment and adopting the all over the organizational activities and goal, that is the strategic planning and implementing. And plan is a what is plan? That is a projected course of action. It is very important to the development of organizational activities and organizational bodies. And explanation of our strategic and practice, budget and operating plans, detailed monitoring and evaluation method, explanation of your strategies and tactics. Finally, we can say that strategic plan is a process of decisions made an organization to set goals and to outline a course of action to achieve those goals, to grow the business and to help the business be profitable. And the next question, elements of strategic plan. This is very important. There are the different elements of a strategic plan. Every elements are important to the development of our organizational activities and organizational size. A strategic plan is a document that establishes the direction of a company or work unit. It can be a single page or fill up a bundle depending on the size and complexity of the business and work. Most managers would benefit from having their own strategic plan. The process of developing a plan helps the manager step back and examine where they are, where they want to go and how to get there. the elements of a good strategic plan are discussed below. And the first one, vision statement. Vision, mission and target is a very important in the strategic planning. And the first one is vision statement. A vision statement is an appreciational statement of where we want our unit to be in the future. Future is usually defined as the next 3 to 5 years, but it would be more. In the long term planning, short term planning and mid term planning. In the mid term planning, 1 to 3 years or 5 years, and the long term planning 5 years or 20 years and above. So the next 3 or to 5 years, but it could not be more. And the second point, mission statement is another important point. While a vision describes where we want to be in the future, a mission statement describes what we do today. Often describe what we do or we do for who and how, and projected course of action. Focusing on the mission each day should enable us to reach our vision. A mission statement would broaden our choices or narrow them. It is very important in this point. And the third point, core values. Every organizational establishing in your values is very essential, and this point is very important. In the core values describe our beliefs and behaviors. They are the things that we believe in that will enable us to achieve our vision and mission. Here is an example of core values from the core is very important. And the fourth point, leadership. The key is how to shape a better future, and leadership is a proper leadership, then the business successful, and the weak leadership or hassle leadership, then the business not successful. And the strategic management, there are different types of leadership. Participative leadership is a very important to the development of organizational activities and development of relation to the workers, management and government is three types of relation. This relation development in the organizational activities very nice or fine. Collaboration. In the another important thing is collaboration. Leverage collaboration or collective genuine collaboration, proper collaboration, then the business activities nicely. Collaboration, that means business activities development in worker, managers, government or political parties. There are all kinds of collaboration or cordially handling then the business activities nicely. Integrity. It is the real integrity and unity is the strength and development of organizational activities and organizational bodies. Proper integrity, then organization nicely or closely relation between the proper activities. Accountability. Another important point is accountability. If it is to be, it's up to be, and accountability all levels of the organization, manpower, marketing side, accounts department, production department, every department increasing accountability or proper accountability, then the business activities very nicely and developing day by day. And the next point, diversity. Diversity is very important because of the whole world is day-to-day changing, environmental changing, business activity changes, and international and geopolitics is changeable, and this changeable is adopting in our country or third world countries depends on the first world countries' activities as World Bank, IMF, BISTEC, JICA, and others related organization, and this organization is all times decisions, then this decision is making in our country in diversity, that diversity in our product line or political or economical or geopolitical or product line development, then the diversity is fine or nice, then the business activities is very nicely. And the next point, quality. What we do well, and quality improving day by day in our countries or another countries, or our product quality, lifestyle, infrastructure development, and modern technology, then the quality is fine, and fine quality or nice quality is then the business activities nicely and developing our organizational activities. SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. A SWOT analysis sums up where we are and provides ideas on what we need to focus on. There are internal factor and external factor. Managers should think the company internal factor and external factor. Internal and external factor depends on your own philosophy or company policies. Then the policy nice or fine, then the business activities very nicely. So the student business have much more skill and scope from those sides. The Henry Fayol defines to manage is to forecast and plan, organize, direct, to coordinate, and to control. Is the art of getting things done through and within formally organized group. So man, machine, materials, money, market, and method. And this method is developing our organization activities and organization goals. And the next question, strategic planning process. So it's a very important strategic planning process. The benefits of strategic planning are very considerable, but the needs to be undertaken with care. There are a number of steps to and some critical success factors to bear in mind. The following steps to the follow. getting started, environmental scan, SWOT analysis, vision, mission, strategy goal, objectives, tasks, metrics, implementation and alliance map. That is the strategic planning process. This planning or process is very important to the development of the organizational activities or organizational bodies. So we have to work for our next days, and the vision statement, mission statement, strategic drives, critical business issues, critical successness, and the strategic plans depends is very important, and all kinds of activities they are developing in the side by side the organizational activities. And the first step, develop a plan or timetable. At the outset, the management committee to advise a plan for strategic planning. The plan should identify, involve and include a schedule of dates for key events. Strategic planning needs the involvement of a lot of people, and therefore there is a need for coordination, all over the coordination. That means management, accounts, finance, manpower, production, they are proper coordination, then the business activity is very nice. And the second step, survey customers or member. Feedback from customers is an important input into the strategic planning process. Valuable information can be learned about the organizational programs, services and events. A survey can draw out the views of customers as to where issues need to be fixed, and it provides an opportunity to the popularity of prosperous change to program and services. The survey is a very important, and survey system is very nicely and properly or correct and right man select to the right person, then the survey is very fine and nice, the business activity nice. And the third step, review of the previous plan. Review the previous strategic plan is one exists. The review should attempt to identify progress towards any goal and what strategies have been successful and unsuccessful. They are successful and unsuccessful, defining and this correcting in this factor. This information will be useful in strategic planning meeting. Strategy is a set of rules for decision making under condition of partial ignorance. Strategic decisions concern the firm's relationship with its everyone. And the fourth step, conduct short meeting. Strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, and these four steps, maintaining the property, then the business activities or strategic planning nicely. In this model, a strategic planning process, there are two strategic planning meeting. First meeting is the short meeting, is which person gathered attempt to identify the organization's strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. The importance of development of our organizational activities. And the step 5, prepare for strategic planning meeting. Issue the record of the short meeting, the independent facilitator additional document that will be assist in the process of formulating the goals, objectives and strategy in the next meetings. And this meeting is always recording and implementing the planning, strategic planning process. And the sixth step, conduct strategic planning meeting. The objective of the meeting is to find consensus on goal, strategies to be adopted to pursue those different goals, recommended to set to many goals as this makes the strategic plan under to achieve and the seventh step, prepare first draft of the strategy plan. Following the second meeting, the independent facilitator prepare and provide the first draft of the strategic plan is the management committee. The management committee will circulate the draft of all persons who participate in meeting and invite further comments. And step 8 is a very important step. Prepare second draft of the strategic plan. After an interval of 1 month from the circulation of the first draft and second draft may be published that incorporated further commencement and corrections. This draft could be published on the organizational website with an invitation to the comment. Step 9. Implement the plan. It is not necessarily that the plan be implemented immediately after publication but may be implemented on a defined date. That means 1st January. The strategic content with the plan are put into operation. Work is carried out according to the plan and the organization begins to move the direction of the desired change. Implementing plan and this steps is important proper decision making or other activities. And the step 10, monitoring of plan progress. It is necessary to continually gather and monitor data in accordance with set key performance indicators. Keeping a membership database and continuously monitoring the member of the members is very important because man, machine, materials, money, market, method is important to the development of planning and progressing the activities. And these activities is all times monitoring. And the last question, differences between strategy and strategic plan. This is very important question to the development of our organizational activities and organizational bodies. So, a strategy is a blueprint, layout, design or idea used to accomplish specific goal. On the other hand, a strategic plan is a document that establishes the direction of a company or work in it. The differences between strategy and strategic plan are discussed below. Strategy and strategic plan. What are the differences in the differences definition? Strategy generally involves setting goals, determine action to achieve the goal, and mobilizing resources to execute the action. and the strategic plan. Strategic planning is a process in which organizational determine the vision of the future as well as identify their goals and objectives for the organization and projected course of action. And the second difference, a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim, a systematic process of desired future and translating this vision into broadly defined also goals or objectives and sequence of the steps to achieve them. And the third difference is strategy and strategic plan. What is it? Strategy is the path chosen for achieving the objectives, and strategic planning is a roadmap for accomplishing any task. And the objective strategy. The strategy is a master game plan designed for achieving the objectives of an organization. And strategic plan, the initial objectives of a strategic plan is to clearly identify company goals and develop a way to use company resources to achieve them. And the next difference is on the basis of strategy is based on practical consideration, and the strategic plan is based on assumption. Strategy is action oriented and strategic planning is a goal oriented. And the next difference, strategy leads to planning, strategic planning leads to programs. Strategy is for the long term and the strategic planning can be short term or long term depending upon the circumstances. Strategy is a part of decision making. Strategic planning is a part of managerial process. Finally, we can say that both strategy and strategic plan are made by the top level managers as they know the mission and vision of the organization clearly, so they will make their plan and strategy to take a step forward toward their mission and vision. And the picture, Mr. Peter Drucker defines, I am more interested in people than I am in how business works. So that's the end of my class. Hope you all have enjoyed it. I am requesting all of you to stay at home and be safe.